Hello, my name is Alberto Ortiz. Today I'll be defending the argument that PAS should be legal. The negative stated that that PAS doesn't end suffering. I mean, there is a better way to end suffering besides PAS, which is palliative care. And it states that palliative care is when doctors and professionals try to relieve out pain and help the patient always possible, but there isn't always a way possible to help the patient and cure them. For instance, there's an article titled "The Right to Assisted Suicide" by Esther de la Torre. And they state, the terminally ill, however, is just a means of prolonging suffering. Medicine is supposed to alleviate the suffering that a patient undergoes. If the only thing that medical technology does for dying patients is give that patient more pain and agony day after day. Some terminal patients in the past have gone to their doctors and asked for a final medication that will take all pain away. And pretty much what this article is saying is that even though there is ways to stop physical suffering and there's medication that may keep the patient alive for a longer time, they still suffer because they don't live the same lives they used to have. They're still sick, and there's still a small chance that they won't make it through. Which brings me to my second point. In an article why active euthanasia physician-assisted suicide should be utilized by Len and Leslie Doyle, both professors of medical ethics and health and social care. This article states that there was a case where Miss Pretty tried to get the PAS, getting physician-assisted suicide, but she was not allowed to get it because of the court did not allow it. But there are cases where that are similar to PAS. For instance, suppose that Miss Pretty became permanently and severely incompetent as a result of brain damage that her life was being sustained by medical technology. If her doctors believe that medical treatment could provide no benefit because of her inability ever to engage in any self-directed activity, then legally they could withdraw life-sustaining treatments, including hydration and nutrition. In such circumstances, they would foresee that she would die as a result of their failure to perform what would ordinarily be their duty to protect life and death. So this supports our claim because, like I stated, they can always save the patient, and this case is similar to PAS because they pretty much gave up on their patient even when the patient did not state that they wanted to die, and they allowed him to die, which is similar to PAS, so it doesn't, which supports that PAS is ethical. And this brings to my next subject, which is a article by Peter Jarrett, a health author. In his article, he states, ethicists and theologians call it double effect. If a patient is suffering, a doctor could administer the medication, and whatever doses are required to obtain relief. This might hasten the patient's death, but the intention is to ease symptoms, not to kill someone. Ethically, giving good symptom relief is appropriate and right. If symptom relief leads to an early death, that's an unfortunate second unwanted effect. It wasn't the intention. Among virtually all medical ethicists, including Catholic ones, that's considered acceptable, and it is legal. That's distinct from giving a patient a medication specifically the intention of ending life. So pretty much you're saying that they do whatever they can to try to save the patient, but it doesn't always work, and it actually kills the patient, which is similar to PAS because they give medication to the patient so that they can die in peace. And Peter argues to our second point that the patients who die with PAS do not die with dignity because it's unethical. And this brings me to my first point, which is a article by Andrew Dugan called "In U.S. Support Up for Doctor-Assisted Suicide." This article states that the percentage of young adults aged 18 to 34 who support doctor-assisted suicide climbed 19 points this year to 81%. Young adults are now significantly more likely than older U.S. adults to support doctors assist suicide. So the thing was saying that more people are becoming open to PAS, and this pretty much means that it is considered ethical nowadays. And there's also a article called "Assisted Suicide Laws Around the World," and as of 2015, 6 states and 6 countries now have PAS. So it is, and recently those four of those were just in the past 3 years. So more and more locations are becoming open to PAS. And this brings to my next article, which is 25 surprising physician-assisted suicide statistics. In this article, they state in 2006, a Gallup poll asked if physicians should be allowed by legal means to end a person's life using a painless procedure if that person had a fatal disease that could not be cured. And if that person and their family recorded this procedure, some 69% of those responding answered yes to the question. So even physicians are agreeing that it is ethical because they feel like that's what's right to do. As we get to my third point, which is Peter states, Peter argues to our third point that we lose our second chances of life. And to argue this, there's an article that written by Peter Jarrett, a health author. He states, "I was diagnosed with acute myeloid leukemia about 13 years ago. I'm among the lucky 30% who survived the disease, but I came very close to dying. I'm grateful to be alive, but it's also good to know that when time comes, I can have some control over how life ends." So pretty much he's one of those few people who did get a second chance, but even then, he still supports it because he knew if he was still suffering and in pain, he would want that option. And that's